All right, next up, the Super Nintendo Classic. Here we go. Let's dive right in. We know the first thing we're going to have to do is take these 4 pads off, so let's get started with those. Nice and simply, you just want to nice and easily just get right down on the edge here and pull those off. You don't want those to flick too far because you don't want to lose those foot pads, but these are pretty easy to take off. If you're using a little tool like I've got, a little pick tool, you can just pull these right out of here. I don't want to flip them off too far, like I said, so just nice and easy. And we're going to use the included screwdriver to get the screws out. There's only 4 of them here on the bottom. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to slowly and very carefully remove the top of this console. Now, there is a ribbon cable underneath here, and I believe it's on this side. That's going to be the one that controls this power button. Yeah, so you just want to nice and lightly flip this over like so. You can remove this cable if you'd like to. You don't necessarily have to for doing this mod, but I'm going to leave mine attached, but just not, yank this thing apart. You don't want to ruin that cable there. So, get the other Nincade board out here by Brooks. Here we go. Let's line this bad boy up. So this fits a little differently than the other one. You've got to watch out for the power cables here. So if I take a look at where this sits, right about here, so right about here on the top of this metal part is where that is going to touch. So I want to be very careful about where I place my board. So I'm going to push this closer towards the back here, right about this area, and then I'm going to plug these in. Again, I'm only going to plug in one of these. If I wanted to do the second one, I would probably place it right about here on the other side, giving myself enough room. So what I want to do is disconnect the player 1 controller cable here, just by lightly and gently wiggling it back and forth so I can get it out of its connector. And it should come right off just like that. I'm going to install my 3M tape on the back of my controller board here. Right there. Pull this back some. Actually, you know what? Let's see how far this ribbon will actually reach so I don't have that issue with this plastic piece. So if I go right about here, will it reach? Yeah, it'll reach right about that far. So again, you want to turn the cable over. Let's see which way is a little bit lighter. Let's go this way with it. You want to connect the cable to the board, like so. Get that where it feels comfortable, say about there. Like I said, we want to be out of the way of these plastic pieces here that you see. That looks right about there, should be good enough for that. So let's remove this red tape. Oop, just slipped out of my hand there. That's probably the hardest part of this whole mod, is getting that tape off. All right, so we installed that plug to the left, to the right here, and what we are going to do now is plug the other cable in to the left. All right, so we're just gonna double check the sizing here, make sure everything kind of fits in place. So when I put this on, hopefully, oh yeah, it feels like it fits perfectly fine. So that's good. Now we just got to put in the cable here that connects the controller board to the controller port. So let's do that like this. So this one goes right onto the motherboard. Just got to make a little room there. Make sure you push down firmly so it makes the connections. Be careful not to bend anything in there. You don't want to bend the connectors. You just want to slide them into place. It is a nice tight fit there. That went right in perfectly fine. This one here, we need to slide that in here. Put that into place. You could push this cable down And now flip this over and see if it still, oops, see if it still fits. That, my friends, is a tight fit. And as you can see, what's causing the issue here is this connector cable. So you just kind of want to make sure that that wire stays out of the way of the other plastic pieces. And as long as it does that, as long as you can keep that wire out of the way, this should fit right on top. So let's see if we can get that to work here. Yep, here we go. Perfect. Now it's in place. Before I screw this back together, let's give it a shot. We're going to try to plug this in. We'll turn it on. We'll get it all synchronized with the other controller. Get this open here, and hopefully then this too will work with a Bluetooth controller. So let me just get this plugged in here. Just gonna get the cables over, plug that in. Perfect. All right. Again, what we are going to need is a wired controller to get the other controller synchronized. So what we are going to need is a wired controller, which I have right here. So I'm going to plug in my wired controller, and that's the one time that I'm going to need to plug this in so I can synchronize my Bluetooth wireless controller to this console. So I am going to hit the power button, click that on, use the wired controller here. As you can see, works. Everything works here on the wired controller. What I am going to have to do on here again is just get this into synchronized mode, which is start in A or start in Y. In this case, I believe it's start and the Y button to get me into synchronization mode. Oh, start in A, yes. Let's try that. There we go. Now, all right. So now we're in synchronization mode right here. You can see that that light is flashing. I don't know if you can see that, but you can see that red light is flashing. Once that's going, again, we are going to do that secret combination of up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, and you can hear the console again is beeping. Once that console starts beeping, that means this controller is trying to synchronize to it. So I'm going to set it close by, and hopefully that'll synchronize in the next second or so. Once you do that synchronization, it should only take this first time for that synchronization to work. Once it is synchronized, you'll see a solid red light on the controller. I don't know if you can see that there, solid red light right there. That means that this controller is now synchronized. I can get back into the game, and as you can see, my wireless Bluetooth controller is working. That's just it, man. This is really sick. So go through, I can go through the menus, I can play a game or two, which is pretty great. Look, I never unpacked my Star Fox 2. All right, so let's turn off the console again. We'll turn it off. We'll let it shut down. You see it's shutting down on the screen. I'm going to turn, again, the red light again here is still staying on. When I turn the console back on, what's going to happen? This controller is going to desynchronize and then resynchronize. So we can just keep an eye on that light right there. You'll watch it, it'll turn off. Or not. There he goes. And as soon as I click some buttons here and get the lights to turn back on, you'll see it resynchronize to the console, and I can use my controller again. It's just as simple as that, guys, being able to put this on there. Awesome. So let's put this console back together with the screws and the foot pads, and we'll be back in just a second. Well, guys, that is it. That is the Nincade do-it-yourself wireless kit that allows you to put Bluetooth technology in any of your Nintendo classics. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please give us a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that bell down below so it notifies you guys every single time I make a new video. Guys, thanks so much for joining me today. Don't forget, stay curious, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.